On your way down here, I will be here waiting for you. I have a special party announcement. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp?
Hell no.
You try to get in contact with me, they're all my, partners.
And keep everything right here. Or right here. There you go.
Let's just go get some girls. Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
I never liked it. I met him a bunch of times. I never liked it.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Yeah, about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me.
When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. Shit, I put them to sleep.
I mean, the after party. You need locks on the doors?
No, I know about them.
A lot of heat. Physically, the place has to be hot.
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
How do I address you?
You can call me Love.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. The case might ultimately be about.
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed.
And he's as bad as Epstein. These women are young, either barely legal or barely illegal.
Now, the Sean Diddy Combs investigation, new surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody at a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges.
Joining me now, Brian Claypool, a criminal defense attorney. So, Brian, what Matt was just talking about, these so-called freak-offs, these were no secret. So he'd been openly bragging about these wild parties. There's like sex parties, and it looks like, there were probably lots of other things going on there too. But he was bragging about this for, a couple of decades. Watch.
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women. We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just a different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze.
Right. Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Hey, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
Sean Diddy Combs, also known as Diddy, Puff Daddy, or simply P. Diddy, was once known as a rapper, music mogul, and serial entrepreneur. These days, however, he's known as an alleged sicko, who allegedly used and abused people in the most disgraceful way, and is now paying for his sins. P. Diddy in the last 12 months has been in the focal point for everything but his musical and business ventures. As he sits incarcerated in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting trial after he got indicted for sex trafficking charges, the truth about his freak-off parties have finally gotten exposed. Sean Diddy Combs has been a mogul in the music industry for over 30 years. He's played a part in the careers of some of the most successful names in hip-hop. While music has been what the majority of the public recognize him for, things have been a little different behind the scenes, as most of his peers know him as a strategic event planner who puts together some of the best parties in the music industry. Some of those parties were highly documented celebrity events, like the all-white parties.
Office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that.
While others were not so documented and illegal for that matter. In the late 90s, Sean Diddy Combs started hosting these all-white parties. The all-white party was an industry party hosted by Diddy himself. There were 3 different criteria for anyone who wanted to attend. Number 1, come with a good attitude, ready to have fun and let loose. Number 2, have ties to the circle of celebrities attending. And number 3, show up in white clothing. The parties were a white dress code and decor themed. Event attended by all the A-list celebrities in the industry you could possibly think of. The events initially started getting hosted in the Hamptons before moving to other locations that Diddy picked. These parties were supposed to be a fun day/night of festivities, which it eventually was for all the high-profile celebrities who attended. And the intention behind the white dress code was a way to strip away everyone's image and put them all in the same color and on the same level as stated by Diddy himself. Diddy described these parties as breaking down racial barriers and generation barriers, as the attendees came from all walks of life, different ethnic backgrounds and racial backgrounds, but they were all still connected through the circle of elites they're rolling in. The first party took place over the Labor Day weekend, on September 7, 1998. In East Hampton, New York, Diddy reportedly invited 200 people to a barbecue at his New Hampton home. The guest list was fairly diverse. Hip-hop and R&B artists, taking up most of the space, along with some of the biggest actors on top of that. A young Leonardo DiCaprio who had just finished recording Titanic at the time was one of the guests. Everyone who was a somebody in the entertainment business was invited to the all-white party. These events helped music mogul raise his profile in the industry, something he took great pride in. They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. We ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun bringing people together from all walks of life. The parties boosted Diddy's public image and equipped him with enough connections to run these parties between 1998 and 2009. When the last one took place, the very much publicized all-white parties are, however, not to be confused with the so-called freak-offs. These after-hour activities were not so known by the public. It was the party after the party. Drugs and baby oil are at the top of the headlines in relation to these dark, sex, substance-infused get-togethers. Hosted by Diddy, these sexual encounters are described as coercive and abusive by the prosecution, seeking legal action against Sean Combs and are the heart of the trafficking case he's been indicted for. The 14-page indictment heavily focuses on how the defendant, Sean Diddy Combs, abused, threatened, and coerced women and other people around him to fulfill his sexual desires. Diddy's freak-offs were allegedly fueled by a criminal enterprise who forced others into sex, trafficking along with forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, with the help of his deep network of employees, resources, and influence he had built up throughout these last few decades. As a music mogul and serial entrepreneur, Diddy put together what he called freak-offs, which were essentially sex marathons that were not consensual.
Breaking news tonight, Diddy party cocktail, cocaine, and horse trank. That's horse tranquilizer. Did he actually feed this to his guests?